Well, I think, 2025 was, if we look at it, kind of people piloting. I think on AI in 26, we're going to see real solid use cases. I call it doing more with less. And you know what I mean? So economically, increasing the efficiency of life and health insurance is obviously a key topic. We saw yesterday on CNBC that they were talking about that in America, there are families now, they pay more in health insurance than what they pay on the rental or on the loan on their house. And that obviously is not sustainable. So AI will deliver on its promises. We will see more productive systems in 2026. When we look at Dakadu, as you know, we are in over 30 different countries. We start seeing a lot of the very large, significant insurance operators. I was just on another call before with our partner McKinsey, and there they told me across Asia, they see multiple systems going production in the whole generative AI space in 26 across the insurance region out there. In America, we see a lot of what I would call text to voice, kind of, that the voice comes in insurance. And I think it's natural. Human beings, we talk together, you and I talk together, and people can comprehend and think faster by talking to each other than to writing to each other. So I do think we're going to see a lot in the whole voice space and in, as I said before, efficiency increase. And the third topic that not so many people talk about is the whole area of large language models and biology coming together. So today, as you know, a lot of drugs, they cost $2.5 billion to create. It can take up to 20 years. And by the time they get the drug out on the market, the patents are already, maybe 10, 15 years into its duration. Why do I mention this? Because I do believe that, life and health insurance and the overall healthcare industry is getting closer. You've seen people such as United Healthcare Group buying, key assets in this space for the health services. And I think just because of large language models, as I said before, biology service models will come closer to each other.
There's lots that AI can change in InsurTech in 2026, but I think the idea is that we'll be moving from an MVP or a prototype to actual production. So over the last couple of years, we've heard a lot about these terms like machine learning, complex modeling, these kind of terms. I think it's now in 2026 that most of these terms, or at least the early prototypes and the successful MVPs, will move into full-fledged production, which would see changes in day-to-day insurance, how products are priced, how they are valued, how they are reported. A lot of times we probably think insurance is one of the fastest or most quickly evolving industries. You had wearables before, you've had black boxes on cars, things like that. But I think towards life and health insurance, as well as longer term insurance and existing insurance products, they are ripe for disruption because the same process has been following for a number of years. So I think that core insurance process, your underwriting, your pricing, your valuation, reporting, all of that will probably change. It will start changing from 2026. We don't know where these changes will stop, but it's definitely going to be very heavily impacted with AI changing day-to-day processes and making them more efficient, which is great news for everybody in the industry.
Yeah, great question. I think in the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of experimentation with AI, a lot of early stage solutions starting to build and doing a lot of experimentation. I think this will start moving towards more production and automating a lot of the core workflows that carriers and MGAs are and underwriting in those companies are experiencing. From our perspective, a lot of the compliance check and automating to different systems and making sure that systems work for you. I think this would be the biggest impact of AI. So a lot of the operational efficiency would go a couple layers higher and make a lot of the decision making and features and underwriting a lot easier for companies.
Lots of um, lots of experimentation over the last 3 or 4 years that we have seen, and a good chunk of the applications were mostly in the middle office or the back office, what we would typically call as employee experiences. Um, the large language models were not quite ready for prime time when it comes to customer experience. And so we feel like, based on what we are seeing, the tech has gotten sophisticated and better today to apply this to customer facing scenarios. So we see a lot more appetite for deploying AI in the what we call typically called the front office. So that's a big change that we see. And so when we talk about InsurTech, we're talking about every type of insurance business. In our world, we have historically focused on group benefits, employee benefits, and property and casualty, which is basically our auto, homeowners insurance. And so in that segment, we feel front office is now ready for prime time deployment of AI capabilities for better customer experiences. And it's a sweet spot for Usher, and we're pretty excited at the opportunity here.